So this piece is called All Things Beautiful. And what you're seeing on that side is the really beautiful and floral, right? This pastel, this thing that is so beautiful, and it kind of resembles a home. But on the other side of it, what you see looks charred and broken and kind of up to your interpretation. But there's a juxtaposition. It looks opposite. So could it be that on one side is the beautiful part of family that we see, and the other part is the hard work and the things that we don't see that it takes to build them? Could it be that what you see is a front and what's behind it is trauma? Right? Is it the juxtaposition of joy, or is it the juxtaposition of hard work? There's many different ways to experience this, and we kind of wanted to mimic that in the way that we did these poems. So Angelo has a poem that is juxtaposed to mine, and we'll see how this goes. This is kind of like an experiment for us, but it's the first reaction that we had in seeing this piece in its totality. Angelo, what do you think?
I think you covered pretty much everything I was going to say, but the good side of family, right, is the things of couches and living rooms and of the lamps and the shades. But in order to get to the good stuff, sometimes you have to have some burning and some bruising, right? That's underneath all of that. And in order to build the beautiful things, you have to have some ugly also that kind of hides behind it. So that's what these pieces represent. So for as long as I can remember, my mother has been the strongest woman I've ever known. A queen whose face is made of stone, jigsaw puzzles in her teeth, piecing the truth together. Her eyes are bridges that connect the past with the future. And she's what I like to call a straight shooter. Would say exactly how she feels, doesn't care what you think or how you feel about it, wears her heart on her collarbone like a diamond necklace, holds pyramids in her palms, so you can feel the royalty in her embrace when she hands you a fistful of compassion.
My dad and I would try the limits of awkward silence, staring straight ahead on bumpy back roads in that blue pickup, where occasionally he'd ask about school, but most times he just repeated the black car catch-all phrase, mm-hmm. His way of filling the silence, or saying he heard what I said, or was skeptical of what I said, or he was proud of me, or that he loved me. Sorry, I've never said this out loud. My therapist asked, so you learn doing something for yourself always ends badly. Would you say that's been a recurring theme in your life?
Mm-hmm. My mama has a monument for a heart. Hieroglyphics in her tongue decipher the elegance in her speech. She is a small, a strong, and proud woman. A woman who'll put on high heels just to go to the grocery store. Will put on full makeup and get her face beat to the gods just so she can go to the gas station, because she believes that queens should never leave the house looking like peasants. And she's a superstitious woman who believes that aspirin and vinegar can heal anything. I'm talking arthritis, gout, scoliosis, coronavirus, the flu, you name it. She thinks these things can kill it. And that's why I love her so much. Because she makes ordinary things seem remarkable. Like how she can take a 50-cent box of noodles, add some milk, egg, and cheddar, make the most delicious pan of macaroni and cheese you ever tasted in your life. So good, it made Jesus smack his own mama.
The concert was amazing. I got home after curfew, just trying to escape the coma and decision about life support. The house dark. My brother leapt off the living room sleeper as soon as I turned the key, and I knew what that meant. I always rode shotgun through our one traffic light hometown, adopting shortcuts lost to me now. Roads tossed and tangled in hazy vignettes. I can't loosen the hospital's grip. I've never one time forgiven myself. The concert was amazing. Nas, Busta, I freestyle battled some boys, unloaded on my best friend 1,000 justifications to why I'm even here. The doctor says what started in his lungs marched to his throat. A uniformed band announcing its allegiance, its victory, its deep percussion and clash, clash, clash through the body.
Rumor has it that she must put Bigfoot in the headlock, smacked Godzilla in the face and told him that his breath stank, killed Moby Dick, rolled him in flour, threw it in a pan and called it a fish fry. Yo, my mama is a gangster. I'm convinced she's thrown a couple bodies in the river. Because when I was younger, she performed drive-by butt whippers on me with a switch, a hanger, extension cord, anything if I ever got out of line. And when she was done, she let me cry. Reminded me that she ain't raised no punk. Showed me that being a man had nothing to do with the size of your genitalia, but everything to do with the enormity of your character.
He slipped away, eyes closed and not conscious. I whisper, I love you. His fingers resurrect long enough to squeeze my hand, and I know it like the sound of a key turning dead, bolt in workshop. I tell the teacher this was the same night we passed. not 2 days earlier, that these same salt-rubbed hands were there to hold Mom, and I bury my face in everything my cohort believes about me. I've never forgiven the room, myself, the reason I was absent. I fall into my brother's shoulder and mutter something like, deserve. Why? Sorry, I've never said this out loud. I wasn't there when you...
My mama has the confidence of Cleopatra, the grace of Harriet Tubman, and the style of Michelle Obama. She is a war machine, with missiles shooting from her tongue that stopped men in their tracks and brought them down to her knees. Living proof that the most dangerous weapon in America is the voice of a black woman. And it proves that black lives do matter because she has birthed them and raised them and fought for them more than she has fought for herself.
What face does forgiveness wear? I need to say to someone, I love you. The sky opens. I need to say to someone, I forgive you. And look, he's right here. Can you, me? Can you, me? Can I, me? Can you say it? Can I, me? And mean it this time.
Because my mama is also a survivor. And just this past year, she fought the biggest battles yet. The giant named cancer and a titan named heart disease. And although one of those things took her breast, it could never be strong enough to steal her heart. Not vigilant enough to cut off her air supply, because she is the air. A floating force too big to escape, yet too small to hold on to.
I don't remember every detail. The score, walking home from the field at the quad, lighthearted despite the loss, the after party, going black, then rattling.
I am reminded that yes, God sent a son to save us. He created a woman to raise us.
I am reminded that yes, I wasn't there when my father died, but I was there when he was alive. And those moments live and surpass everything else.
When your parents are blessed,
There is nothing gained by saying words like deserve or blame,
when you can say words like grace, like love,
like forgive,
like prayer,
like amen,
amen.
amen. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. That's our activation of the Coined in the South exhibit.